Hey football fans, welcome back to Beyond the Box Score, your go-to channel for in-depth football analysis and predictions every day. Today we're diving into the best matchups for Thursday, November 27th, covering the Europa League, Conference League, and even a key fixture from the Brazilian Championship. If you're serious about following winning football insights, stay tuned. We'll break down every angle, trend, and betting opportunity to give you an edge. And if you're new here, consider subscribing because here you get precise analysis, not just guesswork. Let's kick things off. Before we jump into the matches, it's essential to understand the context of these European competitions. Think of the Champions League in Europe as equivalent to our Copa Libertadores here in South America, the absolute top-tier competition. Below that, the Europa League is comparable to the Copa Sul-Americana, a secondary tournament but still competitive. Then comes the Conference League, a level beneath the Europa League, where many clubs rotate squads and may not prioritize results as heavily. In South America, we don't have a tournament exactly like the Conference League, so understanding the hierarchy in Europe helps set realistic expectations. Often, bigger clubs in the Europa or Conference League might rest key players during the group stages. This is why it's critical to check official lineups an hour before kickoff and observe the live intensity. Motivation levels can drastically affect the outcome. Personally, when betting in these competitions, I tend to focus more on goals markets rather than fixed results because the games are often unpredictable. Now, let's break down today's slate of matches, starting with the Europa League fixtures kicking off at 14:45. Roma vs. Midtjylland. Midtjylland has been nothing short of prolific, sitting at the top of the group with 4 wins in 4 games. Their goal-scoring record is impressive: 2-0, 3-2, 3-0, 3-1. This is a clear over-goals team. Roma, meanwhile, is struggling a bit, ranked 18th in the standings with a split of 2 wins and 2 losses. The market naturally favors Roma, but for those considering result bets, an Asian handicap plus 2.5 for Midtjylland might be worth exploring pregame. In terms of probabilities, there's a 70% chance of over 2 goals, and a 65% chance of seeing a goal in the first half. Roma averages about 6 corners per match, while Midtjylland comes in around 5.2. On the disciplinary side, Roma is at 1.6 cards per match versus Midtjylland's 2.4. Considering all this, the smart approach leans towards expecting goals, particularly in the first half. Aston Villa vs. Young Boys. Aston Villa is performing solidly at 6th in their group with 3 wins and 1 loss. Their home form is outstanding, boasting 5 wins in 5 matches, making Villa a strong pick at home. Young Boys is ranked 22nd, recording 2 wins and 2 losses, and away form is mixed but still featuring a high goal trend. With Villa's offensive capabilities and Young Boys' tendency to concede away, the game looks like it's set for at least 2 goals, with a high probability in the first half as well. Probabilities show 70% for over 2 goals, corners average 5.7 for Villa and 3 for Young Boys, and disciplinary stats are 1.3 cards per match for Villa versus 1.7 for Young Boys. From a betting perspective, Villa's home dominance makes them the favorite, but goal markets again appear the safer play. Fenerbahçe vs. Ferencvaros. Ferencvaros is solid in 3rd place with 3 wins and 1 draw, while Fenerbahçe is in impeccable form at home, winning all 5 of their last 5 games. Both teams exhibit strong goal trends, making this matchup very attractive for over-goals markets. For result betting, Fenerbahçe draw no. Bet seems the most prudent, given their home dominance. The likelihood of over 2 goals is 75%, and the first half goal probability sits at 85%, signaling an early attacking start. Corner averages are 5.8 for Fener and 3.7 for Ferencvaros, while cards are higher for Fener at 2.7 compared to Ferencvaros at 1.9. Overall, Fenerbahçe's home advantage and Ferencvaros' scoring consistency make this a strong candidate for both goals and DNB betting. Feyenoord vs. Celtic. Both teams are under pressure here. Feyenoord ranks 29th, Celtic 27th. Points are crucial. Feyenoord has a strong home record with only one unexpected loss, while Celtic is inconsistent this season, struggling to find form on the road. The recommended pick is Feyenoord draw no bet, supported by a strong over 2 goals trend. Probabilities indicate 80% chance for over 2 goals, 70% chance of a goal in the first half. Corners average 6.8 for Feyenoord versus 5.8 for Celtic, and cards sit at 1.3 and 1.6 respectively. Expect an open game, with both teams likely pushing offensively from the start. Lille vs. Dinamo Zagreb. Dinamo is sitting mid-table at 12th, while Lille is ranked 19th. Lille's home form is excellent, with only one loss in their last 5, paired with a strong goal-scoring trend. Dinamo's away performance is concerning, making Lille draw no bet a logical choice. Over 2 goals is probable at 85%, with a 75% chance of a goal in the first half. Corners are high for both sides, 8 for Lille and 7.5 for Dinamo. Cards are relatively balanced, with Lille at 1.6 and Dinamo at 1.8. Given Lille's home dominance and Dinamo's away struggles, expect Lille to dictate the tempo and create multiple scoring opportunities. Ludogorets vs. Celta Vigo. Ludogorets has been inconsistent, whereas Celta Vigo has excelled away with 5 wins in 5 matches. In this matchup, Celta Vigo draw no bet is a strong call, with over 2 goals expected. Probability analysis shows 80% for over 2 goals and 75% chance of a first-half goal. Corner stats favor Ludogorets slightly at 6 compared to Celta's 3.2, while cards are 0.6 versus 2.2. Expect Celta to control the game, but Ludogorets could still provide attacking moments, particularly on set pieces. PAOK vs. Brann. PAOK is in red-hot form at home, winning all 5 of their last 5 matches, while Brann's away form is poor. The recommended play is PAOK draw no bet, with a clear over 2 goals trend. Probability for over 2 goals sits at 75%, corners average 6.9 for PAOK and 4.9 for Brann, and cards are 1.4 and 2.1 respectively. PAOK's home dominance makes them highly likely to create multiple scoring opportunities and control the match. Viktoria Plzen vs. Freiburg. Both teams have demonstrated an extreme propensity for goals in previous matches, making this a perfect candidate for over 2 goals and both teams to score, with high probability for a first-half goal. Corners are abundant for Plzen at 7.8 compared to Freiburg's 3.6. Cards are slightly higher for Plzen at 2.6 versus Freiburg at 1.5. Expect a fast-paced game, with both sides committed to attack and early opportunities shaping the game flow. Next we move in Portugal, where Porto hosts Nice. Nice comes into this game with 4 losses in 4 games, sitting at the bottom of the group. Porto, on the other hand, is favored not just to win outright but also to claim at least 1/2. Probabilities show an 85% chance of over 2 goals and a 90% chance of a first-half goal, making this a high-scoring affair on paper. Corner trends favor Porto with an average of 7 compared to Nice's 4.4, while card averages are even at 2.3 for each team. Player to watch here is Samu, who's been excellent for shots and goal bets, adding another layer for those looking at individual player markets. If you're tracking live, a Porto victory in one of the halves is a strong angle. Moving to Spain, Real Betis takes on Trastevere in another Europa League encounter. Betis sits 9th in the league, while Trastevere is languishing at 32nd, struggling significantly on the road. Betis has been formidable at home and continues a strong season, making them the clear favorites here. Probabilities are high for goals, with 85% for over 2 goals and 85% for a first-half goal. Corners are evenly matched, Betis with 4 and Trastevere slightly higher at 4.5, while card counts are modest with Betis at 1.8 and Trastevere at 1.7. Keep an eye on Antony, who's been active in generating shots and scoring opportunities. This is a solid pick for a Betis win and aligns well with the strong goals trend this season. At the same kickoff time, we have Eagles vs Stuttgart. Both sides present a promising goal outlook, with an 85% chance for over 2 goals and 90% for a first-half goal. Corner stats are close, Eagles at 6 and Stuttgart at 5.9, with a slightly higher card count for Stuttgart at 2.1 versus Eagles 1.3. This game looks like a classic attacking contest with opportunities on multiple betting fronts. Also at 1700, Genk hosts Basel, and a key player to monitor is Shaqiri. If he starts, he represents a strong option for shots and goal bets, adding value for bettors looking for player-specific outcomes. Nottingham Forest faces Malmo, fresh off an impressive 3-0 away win against Liverpool. Malmo comes in winless, with 3 losses and 1 draw in their last 4 outings. Nottingham is heavily favored to take this one, with 85% probability for over 2 goals and 75% for a first-half goal. Corner averages favor Forest at 6.4 against Malmo's 4.7, and card trends show Forest with 2 and Malmo with 1.3. Gibbs White is highlighted as a key player for shots and goals, making him a strong option for player-focused bets. Next, Panatinaikos goes up against Sturm Graz. Expect action in front of goal, as the probability for over 2 goals sits at 85%. Panathinaikos averages 7.1 corners, outpacing Sturm's 5.4, while card counts are nearly identical at 2.3 and 2.4, indicating a balanced but potentially intense contest. Rangers host Braga, but it's been a rough season for the Scottish side with 4 games and 4 losses, while Braga has shown strength in the Europa League but remains inconsistent on the road. For this match, it might be safer to lean toward goals rather than results, with 85% probability for over 2 goals and 85% for a first-half goal. Corner stats favor Rangers at 6.2 versus Braga's 4.7, and card counts are modest at 1.6 for Rangers and 2 for Braga. Switching continents, in the Brazilian Championship, Fluminense takes on São Paulo in a clash with significant Libertadores implications. Fluminense is fighting for a direct spot, while São Paulo still dreams of sneaking into the preliminary round if an extra berth opens. Fluminense has been strong at home with 5 straight wins, while São Paulo has a mixed away record with 3 losses and 2 wins. The smart angle here is Fluminense draw no bet, combining safety with value. Probabilities show a 60% chance for over 2 goals and a 90% chance under 4 goals, suggesting a controlled but potentially decisive match. Corners are close at Flu 5 and São Paulo 5.6. with cards slightly higher for Fluminense at 2.5 versus São Paulo's 2.1. For today's best picks, focus on Real Betis to win and Fluminense draw no bet. And for those looking for bonus action, keep these on your radar. Fenerbahçe vs. Ferencvaros, over 1.5, Feyenoord vs. Celtic, over 1.5, Viktoria Plzen vs. Freiburg, over 1.5, Porto vs. Nice, Porto to win 1/2, Eagles vs. Stuttgart, over 1.5, and Nottingham vs. Malmo, Nottingham win. Team, that wraps up our Thursday breakdown. Remember, these picks are based on careful statistical analysis, team form, trends, and probabilities. In the Europa and Conference leagues, goals markets often provide more consistent returns than outright results, but always consider checking lineups and live intensity before placing your bets. If we hit 100 comments or more, Tomorrow's video will include both the full analyses and a bonus pick, giving you even more insight. Hit that like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and if you're watching on mobile, give the video a boost. It helps us reach more fans and continue delivering full, high-quality predictions. Beyond the Box Score is here to guide you through every match, every stat, and every betting opportunity, so stay tuned and stay informed.